Hello, Dr. Gonzalez. The most important lesson I learned from British literature this term, although I learned many lessons, I think, from studying this literature, was the importance of understanding that culture always has an influence on a person. As much as a person might try to escape what culture can do to them, or how it can influence them in their life, our culture always has an effect, and this has always been the case. And I think that the fact that this is such a historical concept is really what I felt like I learned from this course. And so I guess the reason I noticed that is in studying even things as far away as Beowulf or as the Canterbury Tales, it's very evident that a person's culture influences the way that they think. So Beowulf was very focused on being as brave as possible, and while I believe humans are inherently selfish, and they generally want things for themselves, Beowulf's culture was so focused on community that not only did he want gold and all of these treasures for himself, but he wanted it for his community, for his kingdom as well. And I think that was a huge part of the Anglo-Saxon culture. So while he's inherently selfish, on the other hand, he's still pursuing his cultural values that he knows that he cannot escape. And then similarly, even in the Canterbury Tales, everyone that is going on this pilgrimage is coming from a different cultural place, but they're all a part of the same time period. And the importance of storytelling is very evident. There's no one that shies away from wanting to tell their story on the pilgrimage, and so that shows that storytelling was very evident in that culture in that time, and people were very willing, open, able to pursue that, and so they could not escape from their culture as well. And then you even go as far into one of my other favorite pieces that we studied, which was T.S. Eliot's The Love Song by J. Alfred Prufrock. And Prufrock is extremely riddled by his culture. He is very insecure. He is very self-focused on himself, which I believe is a natural thing, but he also is so influenced and unable to escape his culture in this sense and in this way, that he pursues really himself more than he pursues this woman that he might be writing about. He's very self-conscious and very just succumbed to the elitist culture that was at the time. And I think this relates to my life because I realize, and it is a lesson that I've learned, that my culture is something that's always going to influence me. I can put it through different lenses to let it influence me negatively or positively, but your culture is always something that is essentially inescapable and always changing the way that you think about life, the way that you view life. So thank you so much. It's been a great term.